This is part one of Math 6.7. Learning target is to simplify expressions. Okay, and like I said, this is part one. Um, this is going to be a pretty short video, but it's really important, and it's all vocabulary. There's 4 terms that I want you to know. You might want to write these down. Um, You'll need to know these. I'll be talking more and more as we get into algebra and through algebra about terms and like terms and the coefficient and the constant. These 4 terms I will be talking about, and you need to know what they are. Okay? A term. A term is anything separated by addition and subtraction. So, I look at a problem like this, and I'm looking at things separated by addition and subtraction. Now I see this is separated from that, and that is separated by that. Those 3 are separated by the addition. There's no subtraction, but the addition separates them. So these are my terms. The terms for this problem would be 3x, 7, and x. I have 3 terms, 3 units, okay? But we call those terms. Now, you don't separate the 3 and the x because it's one term. It's multiplied, it's just one term. It's anything that's separated by addition and subtraction. Okay, so coefficient. A coefficient is the number next to a variable. Okay, so here I have 3 next to x. That is a coefficient. This 7 doesn't have any variable, not a coefficient. I'll tell you what that is in a second. This x has a 1 next to it, but it's assumed and you don't have the 1, so you don't really say that as a coefficient. So 3 is my coefficient. I just have 1 coefficient in this one. Okay? Constant. Constant is a number that has no variable. It's just a number. And in here, here's a coefficient with a variable. Here's just a number, and here's a variable. So 7 is my constant. Okay. Like terms here. This is what I really want you to know, like terms. Because when you have like terms, you can put them together. Okay? You need to know what terms are. So we talked about the 3 terms here. Now the ones that are like are the terms that have the same variable or constant. Constants are like terms also. So here, 7, this is not a like term to anything else because this has a variable, this has a variable. Now, this has the variable x and this has the variable x. Same variable. These 2 right here are like terms. So if we wanted to simplify this, we could put those together. 3x and 1x is 4x, and then I bring my constant over, plus 7. 4x plus 7. That's how I would simplify this. Okay? I take my like terms, put them together, and bring over everything else, all the constants. Okay. If this was a y, this would not be the same as this x, and there'd be nothing I could do. It would be in its simplest form because there'd be no like terms. You put all the like terms together until you have no more like terms, and then you're in your simplest form. You cannot put 4x 3x plus 7 together. You have a term that's 4x. You have a constant that's 7. They're not like terms. Okay, you can't put them together. Okay, so for the like terms in this one, it would have been 3x and x. There's your like terms. Okay, let's just break this one apart here. How many terms do I have? Hopefully you're saying 3. Oh, there we go, 3 fingers. Because they're separated by plus and subtraction. Here's a term, here's a term, here's a term. Okay. What are my coefficients? Hopefully you're saying, well, we have a 4 and a 2. Coefficient, because those have a variable. And then I'm going to say, what is my constant? My constant is the number without a variable. So my constant is 9. And then, what are my like terms? I have 2 like terms here. This one and this one. They have the same variable, so they're like. So 4n and 2n, like terms, I put them together, I get 6n. And then I have this plus 9 that's a constant. Now here, I don't have any more like terms. What I have here is I have 2 terms, the 6n and the 9, 2 terms. I have 1 coefficient, the 6. I have 1 constant, this 9. And I have no like terms. So it's in its simplest form. I can't put anything else together. Okay, so the next part, this is just vocabulary. The next part, I'm going to talk about simplifying expressions with 1 variable and 2 variables. Okay, so hopefully you took notes on these vocabulary. Like terms and like terms are so important. I'm going to be talking about those all the time, and it'll just come out. And when I say it, put the like terms together, you need to know, oh yeah, I know what a term is, I know what a like term is. Okay? All right, go ahead and watch the part 2 video, and then we'll keep going on with this lesson.